Yes, guys, welcome back to the Wolves Youth Academy Challenge Save. We're now halfway through Season 2. We're very close now to New Year's Day in-game. And today we're going to be playing up against Aston Villa. If you didn't catch the last episode, make sure you go and check that one out. We played up against West Brom for the first ever Black Country Derby. But before we start off, make sure you go and check out the sponsors over at OneFootball, the #1 football app out there at the moment. Free on Android and iOS. You can keep up to date with all the live football scores and football news. When you download the app, you pick your favourite team, and obviously all the news and scores are catered to that team. You can have more than one as well if needs be, but a fantastic app with plenty of stats and so on for the matches. Link to that is in the top of the description. Against West Brom, we moved on and we had a game at home against West Ham, a game where, to be honest, they heavily dominated, and it was mainly because we went down to 10 men so early on. Herman Mara with a two-footed challenge sent off in the 12th minute, and West Ham went in with a two-goal lead. Mishi Batshuayi and Marco Arnautovic with the goals. We did get a goal before half-time with Ruben Vinagre, and then Christian Herc, when the 84th minute, grabbed us a late equaliser. Fantastic scenes and a fantastic point, especially with 10 men. However, we were knocked. Well, it was a dreadful performance, wasn't it? A 4-0 loss to Everton, where everything seemed to go right for them. Miziane Mayolida, Bernard Yeremina and Yannick Balassi with the goals. A fantastic performance from Everton. A dreadful performance from us, though. So then we changed formation. Yeah, we went with the 4-3-3 or the 4-3-2-1 and won 2-0. Helder Costa coming back into the squad and scoring 2 goals. Quite fortunate, both the goals, but you got to take it. A very solid performance from us. Didn't allow Watford to create much at all with just 2 shots on target, and we had plenty of the ball. Overall, a fantastic fantastic performance. And we continue that with a 3-1 win over Burnley, and Ruben Vinagre, who I thought, you know what, let's play him at left wing, get him a bit more attacking, grabbed a hat-trick. He scored all 3 goals. We were actually 1-0 down with Goodmanson scoring for Burnley, but Vinagre with a hat-trick, a fantastic performance. And in the latest 2 games, we've got 2 draws, 2 brilliant draws against Spurs and Liverpool, both 0-0. Spurs game we probably should have won, to be honest. We played really well in that game, and then the Liverpool game away, they did dominate, to be honest, but we got something out of the game, which is fantastic. So, since we last met, it's 1 loss, 2 wins, and 3 draws, and you can imagine that shoots us up the table quite a fair bit. 10 points clear now of the relegation zone, and 9 points clear of the top 7, which is pretty good. Ruben Vinagre, top goal scorer at the moment with 10 goals, and we are going to be playing Gillingham as well today in the FA Cup. They're currently in League 1 mid-table, so ideally it should be a win. But yeah, Villa next, and we beat them fairly early in the season, 3-0. Rafa Mir grabbing a brace in that game. They're rock bottom at the moment, struggling to find any sort of form. Unfortunately for today's game, Doherty and Bolly are suspended due to bookings. Then Dogger and Herc are both injured, and Miranda is unavailable. So our starting lineup will be as follows quickly. Patricio in goal, Kitolano, Bennett, Cody and Oil for the back, Saiz with Mara and Martinho. Actually, let's bring Neves back into the frame. What we could do actually is play all 3 of them. We'll play Neves a little bit more defensive than we normally would, and then Cody, Bennett, Kitolano at the back, Neves, Mara, Martinho with Vinagre, Traore and Jota as the front 3. So then here we are, the Villa team. Kevin Morales up top, Harry Wilson, O'Hare and El Ghazi, with McGinn and Hurahan, Lasser, Hoot, Chesto and El Mohammadi, and Neeland in goal. Obviously our team is what I just discussed, but big game today, Villa Park, evening game. Hopefully we can end the year on a high. So then here we go, Aston Villa, 2 sort of in the last 2 episodes, some big local derbies. Villa have already got 1 or 2 players sort of low condition. But I'm really hoping that we can take the game to Aston Villa today and show why with, well, let's see why with the pride of the Midlands. Here's Kitolano, long throw to Vinagre. He's been terrific this season, really good. He's played that long ball up to Jota. He's got so much time and space. Diego Jota! Oh no! You know what? He tried that 2 or 3 times where he tried that little chip right in front of the goalkeeper and keeps missing. I don't know if it's a player trait, but yes, it doesn't seem to be working. Terrific ball from Vinagre though. So then half-time, quite equal at the moment, not a lot in it, but of course we want a much better second half. Let's tell them we've been the better team. Let's see how they respond to this, but yeah, we need a much bigger second half, and need a couple of goals if possible. Here's Vinagre, ball in, cleared away as far as Martinho will strike, and it wasn't far away from getting us the opening goal. Half an hour to go though, still 0-0. Villa with a corner, not long to go, 8 minutes. Headed away in as far as Morales, deflected and smashed clear by Cavallero. We can't break away, but it'd been a dreadful game of football with very, very little clear chances. And it's more than likely now it's going to finish 0-0. A few minutes to go, and Villa coming again forward. Here's Adoma into El Mohammedi. Mara putting a bit of pressure on. O'Hare into Gardner. Gardner into Hurahan. Bit of space on the edge of the box. Hurahan! A good save from Rui Patricio. Would have been disappointing to lose by a goal like that. Here's Hurahan though with 2 minutes to go. Ball in. Cleared away by Neves. Only back as far as the corner taker. Here's Morales again. Curls it in, and another very solid stop by Rui Patricio. A few minutes left here in stoppage time. Adoma again flicks it and goes wide. Looks like, as I say, it's going to finish 0-0. Can't see anything else happening now. There is a minute left. Villa coming forward again. El Mohammedi, ball in. Here's Kodjia back to Gardner, who will strike O'Hare right across the face of goal. I think someone was offside though, and it will be full time. Of course, quite a boring game to kick us off, but third clean sheet in a row in the league. However, third game without scoring in the league, unless Cavallero with 15 seconds to go here. They're queuing up in the box. Cavallero! Oh, and he tries to get it across. That would have been perfect timing. And it looks like it'll be all over. We've got to go and bounce now back in the league, in the cup rather, in the FA Cup. Quite a boring game overall. But both sides not having enough chances, and in the end it is a 0-0 draw at Villa Park. So then here we are back for the FA Cup game, and I've started quite a strong team. Rafa Mir will start up front with Cavallero and Costa on the wings, and Mara, Martinho and Sace as the middle three, Bennett, Cody and Kitolano with Fosu at right back. He's probably going to leave at the end of the season, but I thought I'd give him a go, and John Ruddy in goal. Gillingham starting with a 4-2-3-1, really defensive one, with Eves up top, Garmston, Parrott and Hanlon, with Coyle and Byrne in between them and the defence, which is Rugasevic, Lacey, Emma, O'Neill at right back and Hadler in goal. We've got Enabakari on the bench, alongside Iorfa, Jota, Bolly, Neves and Bonatini as well. Hopefully we can advance to the next round. So then, cup football back at Molineux. Of course, a very disappointing League Cup exit, so it'd be great to get a little bit further in the FA Cup this year. I think that's our best chance of getting any sort of European football, so if we can get Europa League, that would be awesome. Here's John Ruddy anyway, short to Ryan Bennett, into Kitolano on the left-hand side, into Herman Mara. 5 minutes in, are we going to see our first chance? Herman Mara punts it forward. A searching ball, and it's found Cavallero into Rafa Mir. Lays it back off to Cavallero. It's Costa who drills it in, and within 6 minutes, we have taken the lead. A beautiful goal, well worked, and Helder Costa grabs the opening goal of the game. Really good ball from Herman Mara. Obviously, good pressure from Cavallero and Rafa Mir. Rafa Mir did well. Great ball from Cavallero, and first time finish from Helder Costa across the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Here's Kitolano into Cavallero. Just before half-time, are we going to see another chance? Cavallero skipping past a few players here. Switches it back across to Helder Costa, who will strike, and it's a good block by their left-back. Really good run again. Positive run from Cavallero. It looks like we're coming up to half-time, and it's a very dominant performance from us so far. Just the one shot for Gillingham, none on target. And very, very comfortable first half. Hopefully we can get a few more goals, but you know, their goalkeeper at the moment is their best performer with the amount of saves he's making. Assertively, we'll tell them things are going well, but we know they're capable of better. Martinho and Mara will probably make way in a bit, just for condition reasons. The front three will probably stay as it is at the moment. So the left wing spot is available at the moment because Vinagre's just had a bit of a long injury. He's out for a few weeks. So Cavallero, Costa, fighting for that one, or maybe, you know, if both of them play well, Costa could keep Adama out of the team as well. Throwing it to Sace, into Martinho from the edge of the box, and a lovely finish from João Martinho, first of the season for him, but it's a beautiful goal, And we're 2-0 up now against Gillingham. A fantastic finish. And again, Sace now with the assist. Kitolano did well. Sace unmarked. And Martino actually had a lot of time for that shot in the end. And kills it home to make it 2-0. Martino with a corner. Can he turn from goal scorer to provider? Not quite. There's Herman Mara. And a good save again from the goalkeeper. Cavallero, is he going to play it back? No, he loses out and it's a goal kick. Here's Gillingham. Maybe their best chance of scoring from a set piece. Cody away only as far as Bingham. And he hits it quite sweetly, but it's over the bar. Here's O'Neill. Ball and over the bar. Gillingham have had a couple of chances, but nothing really on target. We've brought on Elevakari, Neves and Jota now for the last 15 minutes. Should be enough to see it through. Probably expecting 1 or 2 more goals. But, you know, nonetheless, it's going to be a victory. Throwing deep in their own half here for Gillingham. And he's found Stevenson. Knocked on to Eves. Back to Stevenson here on the left-hand side. Good little move here for Gillingham, perhaps. And Sace wins it back into Neves. Is he going to ping one forward? Switches it to Costa. Here's Helder Costa now. On the ball into Enebakari. Enebakari into Sace. Enebakari again. Switches it to Afosuayi. He'll whip a good ball in towards Jota. And it just bounces off his head and goes wide. Throwing again Kitolano. Similar position to how Martino got his goal. And it's going to be Neves this time to have a dig. We know what he's like from the edge. Find Afosuayi instead though. Ball into Raffamer. And it's 3-0. Raffamer grabs his 3rd of the season. His first goal since that Aston Villa brace right at the start of the season. And that's always good. 8 minutes to go. It's 3-0. And Raffamer is the man to grab the goal. Kitolano found Neves. Quite unselfishly plays it into Afosuayi. He's had a good game, to be honest. Finds Raffamer. He drills it low and hard into the back of the net. Oh, there we go. Gillingham have scored. Wasn't really paying attention due to the time, but Gillingham have got a very late consolation goal in the 93rd minute. And it's Billy Bingham with his 3rd goal of the season. Charles Cook laid him off. And first time, very decent finish to be fair, Billy Bingham, to make it 3-1. And Gillingham with that consolation goal. But it should all be coming to an end any second now. It's going to finish Wolves 3, Gillingham 1. We're going to advance into the 4th round of the FA Cup. And again, really hoping that we can go quite far in this competition. We're 5 unbeaten in the league at the moment. Obviously, 3 of those were those 0-0 draws. But here's Neves again. Into Sace. Is the whistle going to go? Enebakari. Sace again switches it. And it's out for a throw-in. And there's the final whistle. Decent performance. Obviously rotated a little bit. Plenty of efforts on goal. Raffamer grabbing a goal. Of course, man of the match in the end, I think, was Sace. Very solid. Oh no, I tell a lie. Was Costa, who had a very decent performance. So then, to finish off the episode, we'll have the FA Cup draw. 37 teams in the draw. Arsenal, Preston. Burnley I'd probably take. No. Cardiff or Norwich I'd take. No, they get Cambridge. Bolton. Newport, Ipswich, Luton. What a non-Premier League team. There we go. Hull. Hull away. Okay. Not a bad draw. They're one from bottom in the Championship at the moment. Struggling. Sergei Kovalyov is their manager. I'll take that. That's decent. Return of Nuadiko as well. Yeah, not bad. I'll take that indeed. And now we move on. We're on a 6-match unbeaten run in all competitions. Next 3 games in the league aren't easy. We play Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal. But we'll probably come back at the start of Feb anyway. See where we are. And hopefully we can get through that Hull tie soon as well. Guys, if you did enjoy it today, make sure you hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. There should be an episode on Sunday as normal. The schedule for next week, obviously, I'm not too sure with it being Christmas. We may leave the normal Tuesday upload, but be back on the 27th, which is the Thursday. But yeah, that'll be, I mean, by next sort of week, end of next week, and we would have finished the season, which is pretty cool. Getting through it quite nice and quick. But as I say, if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all soon.